news and updates from the world of mortgages. Whether you're a seasoned industry veteran or just getting started, this show is your go-to source for all things mortgage. Let's get started. This is Lykken on Lending. Now your host, David Lykken.
Listeners, there is so much going on in the world of AI that I've decided we need to start releasing updates weekly, maybe multiple times a week. And I'll be doing these with Pavan Agarwal of Agile AI of Celigence. They're so important. It's so important that you guys are staying up on it. And so we're committed to teaming up to bring this information to you. Pavan, good to have you here, friend.
Amazing to be here.
Yeah, it's exciting that we're going to get to share these updates every week because, again, so much happening. You sent me a headline, an article that was published by Fortune in Yahoo Finance, and the headline says, Sam Altman admits OpenAI, open quote, totally screwed up, close quote, its ChatGPT launch, and says the company will spend trillions of dollars on data centers. What happened here, Pavan? Let us know where did they screw up? What happened?
Well, I don't work inside OpenAI, so I have no idea what they did, but I can only guess what's going on. So they did a big deal in their event where they showcased ChatGPT 5, and they gave it a simple prompt that says, organize my contacts in a Netflix type interface, right? And it automatically generated the code and created a full application, a custom application for you that organized your CRM contacts and to make it look like Netscape or Netflix. And that's, people look at that and we were screaming like, wow, that's so cool, that's amazing. So I thought, oh, that's really interesting. So I had my team go in and I said, okay, go and really, beat the bleep out of it, right? And see.
Good.
So, does it do all that it's promised to do, right? And they, a day later they came back and said we tried, we thoroughly tested it, and they concluded that Amazon's AI system is still far superior to OpenAI when it comes to code generation and software
when it comes to code generation. Really interesting.
Right,
okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And what is the name of that system?
Well, Amazon bought a big chunk of a company called Anthropic.
Yes, that's right.
Right. So Anthropic has a system called Claude. So Amazon owns a chunk of Claude, and then they have their own, and then I think they integrated it into their own coding platform. I think they call it Q or something like that.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't use it at all. I myself, but my engineers use it. So,
but the biggest issue that they talk about in this is that that when they released this, if I'm reading this article correctly, and listeners, we're going to have a link to this article, so I encourage you to go watch this or read this. They said that it lost its personalization, it lost its warmth, it lost a lot of what was really appealing to users. 700 million users use it every week. That's a staggering number. You're having explosive growth with Agile AI.
Yeah, right.
Not quite to 700 million yet.
Well, we'll be there soon.
Yeah,
give us a minute. We'll be there.
Yeah, you'll be there. But the point of it is that these releases are so critical, and this one they messed up on because they lost some of what made ChatGPT special.
Right.
So give us some insights from an AI. You're one of the top AI engineers in the world already. You've been recognized that your product's extraordinarily successful right out of the gate. Well, what should we be paying to? What are the lessons that we should be learning as users of these AI tools?
Well, I think the lessons that ChatGPT is learning is that, and the irony of it is Sam Altman himself said it a couple of years ago, that there's going to be, in the AI world, what used to take hundreds or thousands of people, a company with 2 or 3 people can do the same thing.
Wow.
And he's learning that you can't simply scale by adding a lot of people at it. And then his best people got recruited over by Meta. They took out some of his best scientists out by writing big checks.
That
right?
whole talent acquisition thing.
Yeah, right. So he's got a problem. So let me put it in another way, right? Is traditional software engineering, traditional software products, you could scale by adding more engineers. If I wanted more capabilities, if I wanted to do the latest, coolest thing, I throw more engineers at it, and I get a better product. Right. It's not quite that simple, but yeah. And you can get engineers with. If you it was a machine, like you go to college or you go to a some kind of training program and you do XYZ and you come out and then you can write quality software. Okay, and you literally, almost anyone could do that. That was the old paradigm. It's great, and it's a great process. Everything that we use today, even this application that we're using for recording right now, everything is built on that kind of paradigm. However, AI is different. Right? AI is built on math. Okay, so let me explain how fundamentally different it is. Right. So, Newton's law is so simple. One little equation: force is equal to mass times the acceleration. F is equal to ma.
Simple, right? For you, maybe, but for some of us, that may not be so simple. But all right, got it. Right? Simple.
But one little equation. Right. Yeah. It takes a genius to come up with that one little equation, but everything in the modern world, nothing in the modern world would run without that equation. Right. Well, it's simple multiplication, but everything depends on that one equation. Right. And or Maxwell's equations on electromagnetism, where everything, this web camera that we're using, the phone on your
on your iPhone,
right? Yeah, just all the wireless communication is 4 little equations, 4 multiplications, right? Wow. But it takes a genius like Maxwell to come up with those 4 equations, and right. So AI is like that. It's a couple of math equations, and then you just apply the math equations. Okay, so in order to scale AI, you need more of these sort of fundamental. You can't scale it by just throwing more people at it and just
and that's important for people to understand, because we'll catch up. We may have gotten late to the game, but we're going to throw so many resources at this. And I'm thinking of some industry leaders that you and I talk about, which we're not going to mention, who are making bold statements out there on the internet, and they don't have a snowball's chance of hell of getting caught up with like what you've built in the mortgage industry, because you've been at this for 24 years, 22, 24 years.
We've been at it for a while. We've been at it for a while.
A long time.
Right. Yeah. And look, I wish everyone the best, and I don't, I'm all for it. Go innovate and build. And create stuff. I'm not bothered, right? So, but the point is, my advice is anyone going down this path, the old model doesn't work. You can't just go and pick up a couple of really good. You can take really good engineers, right? Really good traditional software engineers, and you can't put them on AI just like that and expect them to build something that's going to solve it's going to maybe solve some problems, but to solve big business problems is not going to happen, right? So, like the other thing Sam Altman said, and also the CEO of Microsoft, Nadella, said something similar along these lines. Is he says, I think last week Sam was saying it over and over again: don't trust ChatGPT, don't trust ChatGPT, don't trust the answers, don't rely on the answers. It's not professional advice. So on, right? Because he was making sure he doesn't get sued, right?
Right. That was all.
Right.
His attorneys are telling him to do that. Yes.
And it's the truth. He has to say the truth. Like, don't trust it. Nadella of Microsoft says, I can't figure out how to make money with AI. Okay, and
that was a profound statement. Yeah.
Right. And he literally said, I've cut down on AI investments, and then so what had happened is the irony of it is Microsoft was early investor into OpenAI, and now OpenAI just cut a deal with Oracle. I don't know how many billions of dollars. They cut a deal with Oracle, so they're shifting to Oracle data centers. So just stop and think about this for a minute, right? So Microsoft, in essence, is kind of shorting AI, and Oracle is going long AI.
Yeah.
Right.
Very interesting.
Right. And the reason it all boils down to one thing is, how do we make money with it? If you can't trust the answers, how do you run real businesses on it? It could be sort of, as Elon Musk said, superficial. It could do some superficial stuff for you, right? Like helping you draft an email or helping you write a headline
Right.
for your next flyer or stuff like that. But to do heavy lifting, you have to have reliable AI.
Right. Have it. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's why Elon Musk told CNBC that, look, all these other AIs, that they're superficial, whereas the Tesla self-driving AI is very different. That you can't have a car hallucinate a green light where there's a red light.
That's so
Right.
good. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's the level of engineering that's required, the level of science that's required.
Have you this is going off a topic a little bit, but have you had a chance to look at Grok?
Yes, XAI. Yeah.
Yeah, XAI.
Right.
It is, that one is really intriguing because it's going in there's a shift there, pretty significant shift.
Well, I don't know if there's a shift. I think the fundamental is still a transformer.
As a question, is it a shift, or how would you describe it?
I think it's just a cleaner implementation.
Still math.
Right. It's basically OpenAI is the first mover, so they got a lot of legacy stuff in there, and then on top of it, they just lost some of their best engineers to Meta. Okay, and XAI started clean on a clean slate and is able to look at what everyone else is doing, right? And do it with a lot of money, and perhaps do it in a neater, tighter package. So it's kind of what they call the second mover advantage, right?
Yeah,
That's what XAI has. But the fundamental architecture is still the same. It's still a transformer. So the father of LLMs, his name is Jan Lykken, I think, and he's now working for Meta. And he's moved on. He says, I moved on from LLMs. He said that problem is solved. There's a limit to what they can do, and now I'm working on new types of AIs that think more like, that are modeled more closer to the human brain, and the human brain learns.
Yeah. So the last thing I want to wrap, so we wrap this up because I want our listeners to keep coming back for fresh new information. So I don't want this to go too terribly long. One quick thing, Sam Altman said in here, he wants to rewire the internet, build brain computer interfaces, and maybe even buy Google Chrome. Now that is a bold statement.
Well, I mean, look, he's just copying. Build brain computer interfaces. Isn't that Elon Musk's Neuralink company?
That's his neural network. Yeah,
right. I think Elon's way ahead of him on that, and that's a whole different problem, right? Yeah. So I if I'm Sam Altman, and I just had a screwed up release, what do? I talk. What would anyone else do in his position? Talk it big.
Yeah, talk big.
Talk it as big as possible, right? Yeah. So now he wants to take on Neuralink. Next thing you know, he's going to want to build space rockets too.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Right. So, I mean,
what really gets down to is it's stay in your swim lane. What you've done and what you've built, you're staying in your swim lane. You're building and expanding some things in that swim lane that are really exciting, Pavan. So you got a quick update for us, an Angel AI update as we wrap this up?
Oh, yeah. We look for a press release that's going to be out in the next day or so. We just recently released a new version, a major new version of the AI, which has been in the lab for years. And I've been looking at it. I'm so excited when I see the lab and get it out to production, right? Going from science, R&D, prototypes in the lab to production is two different things, right? And it's out, and it's thinking. Right, it's for lack of a better word, and I don't want to overrepresent or whatever, but it feels like it's thinking. It's not really thinking. My feeling on that. AI is not conscious, not even close to being conscious, but it really starts to feel like it's thinking. And now the next, we already released this, and then a next minor upgrade that's coming out in the next week or so, where it's going to be thinking ahead for you. So when you have a conversation with it, like let's say, for example, if you talk to a normal loan officer and you say, hey, how much down payment do I need for an FHA loan, right? So let's say I'm a borrower and you're the loan officer, right? Yep. And then David, you would respond and say, oh, that's 3.5%. And by the way, where are you looking to buy? Right? That's it. As a good loan officer, you want to lead the lead the customer, right?
Right.
So what we did, what we've done now is the AI will predict, right? Like if you use ChatGPT or XAI or something, you ask it a question, give it a prompt, it gives you a response, and it stops, right? But now we have enough data. We have years of conversational data where we can predict what is the best next question to ask the user.
Oh, that's going to really help some of the newer loan officers that are coming up in the line. So that's going to give some lift to the new ones that are in the market and using this tool.
Right.
Which is really interesting. Those that are listening to this and have not gone in and tried Angel AI, you can do so by going to askangel.ai and actually work with the full version for free. And a lot of people, like I was telling you the other day, I was at a party in the Reno area with one of my clients, and they go like, "Don't tell Pavan, but we're using his AI constantly, and we're not paid for it." and I told them, "Don't worry, Pavan is happy about that because he wants more users." So listeners, go sign up for Angel AI. Do so. You can check it out at angelai.com or just sign up and start using it at askangel.ai. Pavan, thanks so much. I'm looking forward to doing these every week on these headlines. There's so much developing. So appreciate you being here, friend.
Thank you, David. Cheers.
You bet. Thank you. Listeners, I want to say a special thank you to Angel AI, who is the sponsor of this podcast. Like and share it. And be sure to go to our Lykken and Lending website where you can see all of our sponsors for all of our podcasts. Thank you so much. Like, share this podcast with your peers. A lot of good information here. Thank you.
You've been listening to Lykken on Lending. Our passion is to bring you the latest insights, trends, and updates from the world of mortgages. So on this show, if you're a seasoned industry veteran or just getting started, it's your go-to source for all things mortgage. We hope you've enjoyed the show. We'll be back soon. Take care, and we'll see you next time on Lykken on Lending.